시작! Horrid Honey's Wedding. Chapter 1. I'm not wearing this horrible clothes. That's Horrid Honey. Horrid Honey glared at the mirror. A stranger smooth like elastic loves hair, green stains, knickerbockers, tight pink crumbles tied in floppy bows, and pointy white satin shoes with the gold buckets glared back at him. Honey has never seen anyone looking so silly in his life. Ah ha 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 ha, shrieked Horrid Honey, pointing at the mirror. Then Honey peered more closely. The ridiculous-looking boy was him. Papa Peter stood next to Horrid Honey. He too was smooth in a lilac lofted shirt, green stain cockbox, tight pink crumbles, and pointy white shoes with golden buckets. But unlike Honey, Peter was smiling. Aren't they adorable? Squealed Percy Polly. That's how my children are always going to dress. Pretty Polly was Horrid Honey's horrible older cousin. Pretty Polly was always squeaking and squalling. Ig, it's a squeak of dust. Ig, it's a puddle. Ig, my hair is a mess. But when Pretty Polly announced she was getting married to Pip-Pip and wanted Honey and Peter to be page boy. Mom said yes before Honey could stop her. What's a page boy? Asked Honey softly. A page boy carries the wedding rings down the earth and the starting curtain, said Mom, and draws the computer afterwards, said Dad. Honey likes the idea of throwing confetti, but carrying wings in the cushion, no thanks. I don't want to be a page boy, said Honey. I do, said Peter. You're going to be a page boy, and that's that, said Mom. And you'll be behave yourself, said Dad. It's very kind of Cousin Polly to ask you. Honey scowled. Who wants to be married to her, said Honey. I wouldn't if you paid me £1 million. But for some reason in the bedroom, Pip-Pip didn't want to marry Pretty Polly, and as far as Honey knew, he had not been paid £1 million. Chapter 2. Pip-Pip was also trying on his wedding clothes. He looked ridiculous in a black top hat, lilac shirt, and a black jacket covered in gold stars. I don't wear these silly clothes, said Honey. Oh, be quiet, you little brat, snapped Pip-Pip. Horrid Honey glared at him. I won't, said Honey, and that's finer. Honey, stop being horrid, said Mom. She looked silly in the floppy hat dipping with flowers. Suddenly, Honey grabbed the lacy loafers and rolled his throat. I'm choking, he gasped. I can't breathe. And then Honey fell to the floor and rolled around. Oh, come on, Honey, I'm dying. Get off this minute, Honey, said Dad. Ew, there's dirt on the floor, shrieked Polly. Can you control the chair? Hissed Pip-Pip. I don't want to be a page boy, howled Horrid Honey. Thank you so much for asking me to be a page boy, Polly, shouted Purple Creature, trying to be heard over Honey's scream. You're welcome, shouted Polly. Stop that, Honey, ordered Mom. I've never seen so ashamed in my life. I hate children, murmured Pip-Pip under his breath. Horrid Honey stopped. Unfortunately, his page boy clothes looked as fresh and crisp as ever. All right, that's Horrid Honey. You wanted me at the wedding? You've got me. Chapter 3. Pretty Polly's wedding day arrived. Honey was delighted to see the rain pouring down. How cross Polly would be. Purple Peter was already dressed. Isn't it going to be fun, Honey? Said Peter. No, said Honey, sitting on the floor. And I'm not going. Mom and Dad sniffed Honey into his page boy clothes. It was hard, heavy work. Finally, everyone was in the car. We're going to be late, shrieked Mom. We're going to be late, shrieked Dad. We're going to be late, shrieked Purple Peter. Good, murmured Honey. Mom, Dad, Honey, and Peter arrived at the church. Boom! There was a clap of thunder. Rain poured down. All the other guests were already inside. Watch out for the Potter boys, said Mom, as she left leapt out of the car. She opened her umbrella, then jumped over the puddles. Peter jumped over the puddles. Honey jumped over the puddles and tripped. Splash! Oopsie, said Honey. His waffles were torn. His kickboarders were fitting, and his satin shoes were socks. Mom, Dad, and Peter was covered in the muddy water. Papa Peter burst into tears. You've ruined my paper clothes, sobbed Peter. Mom wiped as much dirt as she could off Honey and Peter. It was an accident, Mom, really, said Honey. Shut up, you're late, shouted Peter. Chapter 4. Mom and Dad dashed into the church. Honey and Peter stayed outside, waiting to make their entrance. Peter and his best man, Chris Carlin, stared at Honey and Peter. You look a mess, Pearl. It was an accident, said Honey. Peter shivered. Now, be careful with the wedding ring, said Chris Carlin. He handed Honey and Peter a satin cushion each with the gold ring on the top. A great carving land of the taffeta and boots and flowers approached. Honey gazed beautiful and must be lurking somewhere underneath. Eek, screeched the tramp. Why did this have to rain on my wedding? Eek, screeched the tramp again. You're filthy. Papa Peter began to sob. The satin cushion trembled into his hand. The ring balanced perceptibly near the edge. Chris Colin snatched Peter's cushion. You can't carry a ring with your hands shaking like that, snapped Colin. You've better carry them both, Honey. Come on, says Principal. We're late. Chris Colin and Principal dashed into the church. Chapter 5. The music started. Honey pressed down the stairs after Polly. Everyone stood up. Honey beamed and bowed and waved. He was the king. Honey was the horror. Smiling grossly at his chilling subjects before he chopped off their head. As he dances along, he stepped on Polly's long curly grass. Rape! Eek! Squeaked Polly. Part of Polly's train lay beneath Honey's muddy satin shoes. That dress was too long anyway, thought Honey. He picked the fabric out of the way and stuffed down the earth. The bride, groom, best man, the page boy armed in the front of the mister. Honey stood and stood and stood. The mister droned on and on and on. Honey's arms hurting on the cushion began to air. This is boring, thought Honey, jiggling the wings on the cushions. Boing, boing, boing. Ooh, thought Honey, I am good at ring tossing. The rings passed, the minister drowned. Honey was a famous pancake chef, tossing the pancakes higher and higher and higher. Crank, 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 crank. The rings rolled down the aisles vanished down the small gate. Great. Oof, said Honey. May I have the ring, please, said the minister. Everyone looked at Honey. He's got them, said Honey, definitely pointing at the Peter. I have not, said Peter. Honey reached into his pocket. He found 2 pieces of old chewing gum and the grave and his lucky parrot rings. Here, use this, he said. Chapter 6. At last, Principal and Principal were married. Girls Colin handed Honey and Peter of baskets of pink and yellow rose pearls each. Through the passers in the front of the bride and groom as they walked back down the aisle, whispered Colin. I will, said Peter. He scanned the pieces before Principal and Principal. So I will, said Honey. He hurled a handful of pearls in Principal's face. Was it your real breath? Snorted her. Windy, isn't it? Said Honey. He hurled another handful of pearls at her Polly. Excuse Pretty Polly. Everyone outside full of photographs, said photographer. Horton loved having his picture taken. He dashed out. Peter loved the bride and groom first, said the photographer. Honey jumped in the front. Crack. Honey peeked on the side. Crack. Honey stuck out his tongue. Crack. Honey made a horrible lewd face. Crack. This way to the reception, said Chris Colin. Chapter 7. The wedding party was held in the nearby hotel. The audience did nothing but talk and eat and talk and drink, talk and eat. Peppa Peter sat at the table and ate his lunch. Horace Honey sat under the table and poked Pepper's legs. He crawled around and squished some toes. Then Honey got bored and deflated into the next room. There was a wedding cake standing alone on the table. It was like the most beautiful, delicious-looking cake Honey had ever seen. It had 3 layers and was covered in luscious wet icing and yummy iced flowers and bell and leaves. Honey's mouth was watered. I just tasted a teeny-weeny bit of butter, said Honey. No harm in that. He broke off the morsel and puffed on him in his mouth. Boy, the icing tastes great. Plus, just one more bite, said Honey. If I take it in the bag, no one will notice. Honey carefully snatched the icing loaves from the bottom tier and stuffed it in his mouth. Wow! Honey stood back from the cake. It looked like omelet now, with the loaves missing from the bottom. I just evened it up, said Honey. It was the work of the moment to break out from the loaves on the middle tier and another from the top. Then that strange thing happened. Eat me, whispered on the cake. Go on. Who was Kenny to endure such a request? He picked out the few crumbs from the bag. Delicious, said Honey, and took a few more and few more. Then he dug out a nice big chunk. What do you think you're doing? shouted Pepper. Honey ran the cake table. Honey ran round the cake table. Paul ran after him. Round and round. The cake they land. Just wait till I get my hands on you, snarled Pepper. Honey dashed under the table. Pepper lunged from him and missed. Splat! Pepper from head first into the cake. Penny slipped away. Ran into the room. Eek, she shrieked. Wasn't it a lovely wedding? Said Mom on the way home. Funny they didn't have a cake, Drew. Oh yes, said Dad. Oh yes, said Peter. Oh yes, said Honey. I'd be glad to be a pasteboy anytime. The end.